Oh my gosh, good morning, everybody. It's Good Friday. And believe it or not, here we are 10 months discussing summer is still missing. And I missed you guys. There were several times throughout the week I tried to pop in. I'm going to be on vacation again next week. I'm traveling with my husband. We're going to spend some time with family for Easter. And if you lose me, it's because we're kind of in the mountains and I'm going to lose signal. And I'll come back. I just don't know what time. So let's see who's in here. Hello, just me, Lisa, Aggie, Fiona. Hello, Kat. Hey, Momo. Hi, Dylan. Hi, Granny Boots. Real quick, while I'm going through all of this just reminded me, I heard Granny. Today is preschool Granny's birthday. So there's your birthday card. Everyone can tell her happy birthday while I tell you all hi and learn how to do this again. It feels like I haven't done this in forever. Feels like it. Michelle D, good morning. Techni Girl, hello. Jules, hello. Let me see. I didn't slow down the comments, by the way. Like I said, I'm out of the loop. Chris, good morning. How are you? Fun to Ski, hello. Tamara, hello. Humans Without Soul, hello. First time in chat, but I've watched this channel before. I like it. Well, I like your channel too, guys. This is a really cool channel. I'm going to put it up real quick. Humans Without Souls. You guys have got to check it out. It's really good. Really good. If it wasn't for our time difference, I think we could probably get these fellas on the show. I think. Never know. Allegedly, how are you, my friend? Hello, Danielle. Juicy Tequila Bobo, hello. What's everybody doing for Easter weekend? I know a lot of people have today off, which is good. Hi, Katie Bird. Hi, Tinky Tink. Hey, Clark. There's Dr. Clark. Hello, Connie. Hello, Sonia. So I hope everybody's having a good day. I want to hear all about your weekends. And, of course, we're telling Preschool Granny happy birthday. And I'm going to bring Shannon up. Now, like I said, because we're traveling right now, you guys might hear some noise. Just like that. And if I get disconnected, I'll come back, but it's going to be under a different show. That's what happens. Let's say hi to Shannon, Georgia Peach. Hello, Shannon. How are you today?
Hello. How is everybody? How are you?
Good. I'm so glad you made it. Now, Shannon had a loss in her family last weekend. And I know a lot of people on the community tab and Discord and things like that reached out to you.
I'm so appreciative. I don't want to make this about me, but I do want to say real quick, the love, the support, and the prayers from this community was overwhelming and very appreciative and just touched my heart. And I needed to hear it. And thank you all so much. And like I said, I'll just leave it at that because today's about summer. And thank you guys so much. Thank you, Brooks, for doing that.
That's what we as a community do. We're friends and we support each other in time of need and, things like that.
Absolutely.
You do it for anybody in here.
Yes, we do.
With that being said, it's also Good Friday. I don't think it's a Good Friday for Big Daddy Don, though, if you know what I mean. I think instead of reading his Bible and talking about Ellen White, I think he's reading a bunch of letters about what old Candace has been doing. We got
I can only imagine.
We got the Ben Hill Bachelorette. So while all of us are getting ready for Easter weekend, of course, today talking about 10 months missing Little Summer Wells. This is what Candace has been doing, playing dress up.
Ooh. Is that from Ernie?
I don't know where she got the hat. So there she is, bringing sexy back on a YouTube channel. It's disgusting. I have a feeling Dawn is very well aware. We have a lot of rumors recirculating. let's see. One is that it was Dawn's idea for CPS to take the boys. I'm only going to touch on this a little bit because I'm going to try to keep the show short, and then we'll get further in depth in other shows. A lot of people are, again, running with this, that it was actually Dawn that, because of danger up there, wanted CPS to come get the boys. Why would you spend all of this time hiding from them to call them and say, yeah, come get them?
That doesn't make sense. And what danger is he talking about? Is he
YouTubers, meth heads,
uh,
people on Facebook.
yeah, the meth
That's
heads he didn't know that was around, those meth heads?
what he said months. He said this months ago, and now it's recycling. When it comes to children and the state and the dealings with, it's sealed. I know that people are saying that there's some things that are leaked and things like that. I mean, it is what it is. Then they're saying, well, Candace has lost custody of the boys. Yeah, she did in July. She did in July. As far as their parental rights being terminated, I don't know. I think it would be really stupid for Candace to go around saying she's lost the boys. No boys equals no Cash App. No boys, no Cash App, Candace. You might want to watch the rumor spreading, Candace.
Right. Exactly. And like you said, wouldn't they have to go to court for that?
I think you have to show up. I don't think you get some random letter in the mail, Mark. I mean,
No.
tell me if I'm wrong. I've never been there, that just vaguely says, hey, we were having a meeting in the lunchroom and decided that you don't need to ever see your boys again. That's the kind of meeting that we have here. You know what I mean? Nothing
Right.
official about it. Then it comes out that she didn't miss a court date. The court date is actually at the end of this month. I mean, either way, at this point, Candace has abandoned those three boys. They have not been to visitation. She has done nothing to regain custody. Thank God, because nobody wants her to have custody of them anyway. All right.
Heck no.
Every time she talked about it, oh, I'm doing this. I'm visiting with the boys. I can talk to the boys. I'm going to go to a 14-day rehab. Blah, 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 blah. My metabolism doesn't lie. I'm going to get my boys back. That's all I care about. All of that stuff. I would get a pit in my stomach going, oh my God, she can get the boys back. She hasn't lost her rights. If she does what they suggest and goes through all the motions, made me ill, especially when mothers were saying, you got this, mama. We're 100% on your side.
Oh, geez. I, at the beginning, like we talked about, yeah, she can get her kids back if she's following what they want her to do. But it doesn't look like she's doing any of that. And I don't think I'm too worried anymore. Are you?
No, I'm kind of like, be real here. She will not get those kids back. Come on.
Yeah.
Be real, for real. Exactly.
Nope.
Just the threat of it, makes you sick to your stomach. I mean, just the mama in you, just
Yeah,
any sort of empathy you have for your fellow human being makes you sick to think that she could, you know?
it really does. But you know what? The bright side of this is, you know, those boys, regardless, they're going to love their parents that because
Good
it's their
point.
parents. But the good side of this is I hope that they are with good people and good families and that they see such a different way, a normal way, if quote unquote, of living life, and that they flourish and they grow and they're happy and healthy and have the best life ever than what they would have if none of this happened.
Oh, me too. Oh, Be Real's got another one. No, you're exactly right, Shannon. Dinner at a clean table, like with a plate and
Right.
and a spoon and a knife, and a glass of milk or water or juice. That would be one thing. Um, you know, homework every night or studying, maybe getting involved in sports, a second chance at a normal childhood in life.
Even
Those that don't
routine.
want it for the boys, I feel sorry for your children.
Right. Right. Even
Hmm.
routine. I don't
Just
think
a
they've ever
routine.
seen.
No.
Yeah. And that is so important with kids is routine, especially when it comes to school. Like you said, homework. That's why I keep my youngest in extracurricular activities is because it keeps them out of, hanging with the wrong crowd, the druggy crowd. It keeps them busy and focused. And I hope they get all of that.
Socialization gives them self-esteem. It's good for them.
Yes. Yes.
Be Real says she hasn't done anything but get trashed on YouTube, and Dawn sits in jail. I gotta agree with you there. I haven't really seen a lot except for her trying to get her groove on. She did get a pizza this week, score for Candace. And meanwhile, today is 10 months since little
Mm.
Summer went missing. So 10 months ago is how it all starts unfolding. What time is it right now? So it's 10:41 Eastern time. So it's 10:41 on Ben Hill. So things are unfolding. At this point, 10 months ago, we'd already dropped off Grandma or Grandis at the ER. We'd already called Hunter, even though she said he called her because, he's got
Right.
ESP. He knew she was at the ER. We'd already gotten on with the day. Already, probably at this time, had already gone by to, pick up Hunter or at least made the
Mm.
phone call. What develops later in the day is why we're still sitting here 10 months later, and it's sick. It's,
Yes.
hello, I see you. Oh, there's Just Roll with it too. It's sick.
Oh,
And like I said, that's why we're still sitting here. Does anybody here? It's a weird dream I had, okay? I have weird dreams sometimes. Ever cross your mind that maybe this is some kind of effed up social experiment and like they're all testing us? Because it can't get any weirder.
I don't know. It's just
It's nuts.
it just when you think it can't get any crazier, and then it does every single day. Like I said, I've missed a week, due to personal stuff, and I'm just like, whoa, what? This, that, what? Oh my gosh, what is going on? I'm not surprised, but again, I still get surprised. And it's all in Summer's name. And that's what makes me sad because you put her in the search engine and all the stuff that comes up, if there was someone who knew nothing about this case, put Summer Wells in a search engine, I would feel horrified at what they would find because they would be
That's
so confused.
another reason why I hope that the families that the boys are with are diligent about their
Right.
social media interaction. Can't do anything when they're adults.
Correct.
That is disturbing because I've seen some really crazy things said about those boys, and I don't
And
I'm not
that's not
touching
fair. That's not fair.
with the 10-foot pole. But like I
Yeah.
said, today's 10 months. Your husband's in jail, not yours, Shannon, Candace's.
I know.
Three boys in foster care with the state of Tennessee. Um, your daughter has been missing for 10 months. What are you doing, Candace? What are your plans for today? Needless to mention, it's Easter weekend. This is a big family weekend. We're hiding Easter eggs. We have family
Right.
dinners, church, whatever your tradition is. It's a big weekend. That in
I don't
itself would just, oh my God, would rack your nerves.
well, we've talked about this throughout this 10 months about, holidays or birthday, how all of us parents would be a wreck, a total mess. But for her, I think she'll just be on YouTube with whomever and just kicking back and laughing and having a good old time. just getting that attention, not really caring. She
She
might try to
does.
follow what we're saying and oh, let me add, yeah, it's Easter, I'm sad, and then go right back to, you know, talking about whatever it is she talks about.
Oh, you're exactly right. Yeah, she's going to try to get some sympathy with it being Easter weekend after someone reminds her. Somebody will remind
Exactly.
her.
Exactly.
And she does love the attention. It seems like it's the attention from whatever man is giving her attention. Us sitting here talking about her, that that doesn't curl her toes. But
No.
any man that gives her the time of day, she latches onto that.
Oh, she's all on it.
Ooh, those oh
She
boy, that metabolism gets them too.
I'll never get over that.
Mm-mm. Now, I
I'll
want
never
to
get over
talk
that.
about this, like Dr. Clark said. I brought this up on the community tab earlier in the week. On Monday, WJHL had a segment about summer. And I thought,
Hmm.
odd. Friday is 10 months, and the grand jury was coming together on Monday. Again, we still don't
Right.
know what the grand jury was there to discuss or if it's still even in session. I doubt it's in session today with it being Good Friday. Just thought, odd. Well, I did have one comment on the channel that said, well, we've all figured it out. And I'm like, well, can you tell me? To me,
Uh
these these recaps by WJHL, something good or bad is about to happen. I'm not saying today, not
right.
next week, but something's coming down the pike. I know we've been saying it for a long time, but just too much has come to light.
Conspired in the last what
two
lit 2
weeks
weeks.
I'd even say like the month of March. I mean, with when Lawson said no, they're not cooperating, that was huge.
Oh, that's correct. It
That was
started then.
huge.
You're
Yeah.
right. Good point. Very good point. And then the ball just started, the DA, or what did they call him?
Deputy
Uh
attorney, whatever, no, district
Attorney General, something like that. Yeah,
district
he
attorney
came
general.
out.
He's the DA.
Yeah, he came out, and then uh just the Grant, or before he did, Grandis came out. Then you had Candace's crazy little note, because she can't answer questions and because then she'll have to be held accountable for simple questions about her daughter. So that's why she doesn't go on camera. In my opinion, that's why she doesn't do that. And then you had the things that have conspired last week. And then, like you said, what was it, Monday?
We've had Monday, then Wednesday, two separate interviews last week. We had the lead detective, then the DA. Then
Mm-hmm.
in the month of March, we had Lawson saying they're not cooperating. Then grandmother of the year, Grandis, live from the front yard, telling us, "Oh yeah, they can call me anytime. They have my number. I mean, I called them about trespassers back in December." You're telling us this in March, which means you haven't done dick since December about your
Nope.
missing grandchild. But we're supposed to say, "Oh, she's right. Oh, she is cooperating."
That no, that's not cooperating. And there's different ways to cooperate. And I don't think that they know the definition of cooperation. They need to look that up.
Oh, they know the definition, which is why they're not doing it.
And that's true too.
They know what talking gets them. Loose lips sink ships.
Very true. And they're
Very
starting to
true.
sink.
Yep, they are. I kind of wonder, not that I really care about Don's feelings, but he's getting these letters. He gets phone calls and stuff. He has communication with the outside. I imagine the guards are having a lot of fun telling him every day, "Hey, I was watching YouTube last night. Your wife was trying on hats, and some dude brought pizza to your house." Um, how it must feel that, again, not a Don sympathizer, just a conversation here.
Right.
It didn't take too long from when you get locked up. And let's face it, he didn't get um, sailed
Like
down the river.
25 to life,
Yeah,
you
we're
know?
talking 6 months, maybe a year. And it didn't take her long to start moving
What?
on. I mean, it was maybe 2 weeks later she was telling Cam and Allie she loves Donnie, but she's not in love with Donnie anymore. And then, how he kept getting mad and hanging up on her and all of
And
this
they,
stuff. Now he calls her
right.
crying, saying he's going to be in jail for a long time. People assume it has to do with what's going on in Utah. I don't think this conversation happened. I'm not going to say, oh, this just never happened. We shouldn't even discuss it. To me, it kind of sounds like that's Candace's wishful thinking. And she's telling
Mm-hmm.
what she thinks could be the new boyfriend. Oh, he's going to be gone for a long time, so don't worry about it.
Right. And I need a new boo, and I need some new income from
Mm-hmm.
my new boo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She's trying to set up the next man in line. She really is. I really think that's what she's doing. Either that or just I'm gonna have fun while he's away, and Kitty Cat's gonna play. Ew, I didn't mean it like that.
Candace Cat's going to play. She
That's
is.
true. That is true. Ugh.
It's just sick. Just sick. Like I said, I wonder, it's like, is this some kind of social experiment? Because I don't care what class you are. I don't care your
Mhm.
education, social
Right.
status, whatever you want to call it. We all know tragedy. We all know pain. We all know hurt.
Exactly.
And these two are bulletproof. These three, I can't even just narrow it down to those three because it seems like every character in the disappearance of Summer Wells comes out emotionally unmoved.
It.
But the main three, mom, dad, Grandis, have always been so detached from this situation. And they're like, well, that's just how they are. They're not normal people. Nobody's normal.
No.
We're all different. We all handle things a different way. But we all understand the hurt, tragedy, loss. We all get that. You don't have to have a six-figure income to feel emotion.
No. They act like they're titanium. It reminds me of that song Titanium. It's like like you said, they're bulletproof. And like you said, it doesn't matter what social status you are. Um, Heartache and tragedy and pain is universal. That's humanity.
Uh-huh.
And they don't have that. They have none of that.
But why? Is it because they're uncaring people or because they're involved? That's the difference.
That's a good point. That's a good question. Um, I'm gonna say they're involved because they seem to care about other things. They seem to be show emotion as far as happiness, excited. Um, I've seen a little bit of sadness over something stupid, which what I would call I don't want to use the word stupid. I'll say insignificant, but I'm gonna say involved.
Yeah, definitely involved. Because let me tell you what, if his crack dealer passed away, he'd be curled up in a ball crying. If the liquor store shut down tomorrow,
Yep,
she'd be beside herself.
yep.
Summer got gone. Summer got gone.
Summer got gone. Oh well. Don't that's it. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's just move on. Why are we talking about it?
Some bad
That's
guy
kind
got
of
her. Some bad
yep.
guy got her. So let's go over the timeline from WJHL that came out. I believe today's Friday, so it was on Wednesday.
Yeah, I
So
missed that. So
it's
I'd
really
love
good
to do that.
information, and I love a good refresher.
Oh yes.
Like I need a StreamYard advertisement. Brought to you by StreamYard, everybody.
Yes. That's
It's
so
okay.
cute.
marks 10 months since family members said.
Okay, so they put this out on Wednesday saying Friday marks 10 months. Why not put it out today? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we
that's weird.
A lot of news segments suddenly. 2 last week with 2 different individuals, the lead detective and the DA.
Mm-hmm.
And this week we had on Monday and then on Wednesday. There's been months they've said nothing, even on the anniversary. And of course, the grand jury came together on the 11th. I don't know if it has to do with summer, but it seems like everything's pointing in that direction. That's just me,
And
though.
and they might come out with something today too. So they're red flags in a good way. Let's put it that way.
I like that. Red flags in a good way.
Yeah.
We might be looking at Kamari said they just want ratings. Oh yeah, well then they could be putting a segment up once a week.
Right, right.
There's been anniversaries, they have said nothing. They haven't even mentioned it.
Nope.
They last saw 6-year-old Summer Wells at their home in Hawkins County, Tennessee. Tonight, still no answers as to what happened to the little girl. News Channel 11's Ansley Daniel has been following the case and tonight walks us through what has happened since Summer disappeared.
Josh, thousands of hours have been spent searching and investigating what happened to Summer Wells that night. But since the night of June 15th, there have been no changes and no one charged in relation to her disappearance.
Okay, so I'm going to go to that real quick. Ansley said that. No charges, no answers to her disappearance. Yet Dawn and Candace are not going to get off of this abduction. And then we have people saying it's an accident that was covered up. Well, they covered it up really. That's some Jimmy Hoffa cover up. Okay, this is 10 months. Then we have the people saying that she wandered off. Okay, wandered off is not a crime. Covering up an accident is, and foul play certainly is. But like I said, 10 months and nothing. It gets stranger. Every day that goes on, it gets stranger.
Exactly.
Summer Wells is missing. She's 5 years old. She's 4 foot tall, blonde hair. Last seen wearing a pink shirt and gray pants.
That description ingrained in the minds of law enforcement, searchers, and those in the Beach Creek community over the next few days, with a ground search lasting almost 2 weeks.
We know she wouldn't leave the property.
Okay, so there's a spokesman before he went to county jail. I know she
who wasn't there.
Why? Yeah, who wasn't there? Who was at work? Why does he keep saying that? Why does Candace keep saying that? She wouldn't leave the property. Other people, what do they say to these people? They're like, I helped look for her one time when she did wander off.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Well, we know why it doesn't make sense, because they've got to have this abduction. They've got to.
Yep, because if she's found, they can blame it on the abductor. That's what I think.
And I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah.
Investigation, though, going into the next 10 months.
While every case is different, this one is definitely outside of the norm.
Okay, I'm stopping again. When I heard Leslie Earnhardt say that, I believe this was June 18th or 19th. It was very, very early on. We were past the 48 hours, and I remember thinking, for the TBI to be saying this is outside the norm, I thought, what the hell could be going on?
But fast forward till now, outside the norm, could you imagine what she thinks now from that statement?
Now she's probably like, I need like 6 weeks off work because this is blowing my mind.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
and I
bananas.
think like a show that I did in June, might have been early July. It was called Outside the Norm, because I was just like, it is. It's insane. Now, people said that about the West Boys. Of course, we didn't know that what was going on behind the scenes. They already had it figured out.
Right.
But in this case, who would know?
Typically, in an investigation like this one, we have some idea of where the case is headed and what might have happened within a few days.
On June 26th, law enforcement started.
So right there, she says it. Typically, a case like this, so we're talking about a missing child, we know what has happened within a few days. Whether they have found the child or not, because we're talking about a child, we're not talking about an adult that can take a trip and not tell anybody, or, hey, I'm going to town to get cigarettes and never come back because, they're done with their marriage or whatever, A child, 5 years old, little bitty thing. She said, typically within a couple of days, we know what happened. We have a good idea.
Right.
And here she is days after going, we don't know.
Like
And
scratching their heads. Like, what in the world have we stepped into?
Well, and not to mention, by then, the card unit would have already told them there's no sign of an abduction because they're certainly not running with what Dawn and Candace told them.
They knew.
Mm-hmm.
They knew from the get-go.
Yep, in Truth Quest, Tennessee, you're exactly right. Ellie has repeatedly told us the issue from the beginning. We heard it from the DA last week. We heard it from the lead investigator last week. The issue is the players in this, what they call a drama. They're not talking about me. They're not talking about any of you. They're talking about Mom, Dad, and Grandis, and probably a few other people that have come out of the woodwork that have made this even more convoluted.
Exactly.
Started looking for the driver of a red or maroon Toyota Tacoma. The following Monday, ground search operations scaled back, and Summer's mother spoke on camera for the first time.
I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight.
Okay, there it is on the screen. She was just gone.
Nowhere in sight.
A couple of times for her. I yelled a couple of times for her. It was unusual because she always yells back. Yet they say she was outside all the time. Nowhere in sight. She was just gone. See, these blanket statements with no details don't exactly help law enforcement. They can't investigate statements like, she was just gone. Okay, well, did you see any? I mean, that's it? That's all you've got for us? She was just gone?
And it's the things that she doesn't say. I ran around the house frantic. I even ran down the driveway. Whether you're scared of snakes and bears or whatever, at that point, you're not going to give a crap. You're going to run around that house. You're going to call neighbors. Have you seen Summer? Did she wander off over there? Those were the things that were not said that immediately caught my attention. Especially and especially from Dawn, who didn't say that. He said that on the phone, like, well, did you look here? Did she hide here? She likes to play hide and seek. Like, all the things that were not said were very big to me in the beginning of this.
Yeah, let me ask everybody in chat. Okay, this interview with WJHL, they're only showing a little clip of it from June 28th. What got you the most? Let's just say about Candace, because Candace is the one doing all the talking now. Took her a long time to come out of the house and talk, but she won't shut up now. What got you the most? For me, it was the lack of emotion. I assumed her not being on camera with the TBI, screaming, pleading, wanting her daughter back, had to do with being so distraught.
That's another one.
And I'm like, well, she's clearly on something. Maybe that's why. But then I'm going back through the crazy stuff she had been doing on Facebook, arguing with people in articles, changing what happened. She had said that she was doing dishes and had her back turned, and Summer went out the door. A lot of people are saying not speaking with police, no tears, no emotions. I mean, not even like a break in her voice when we're cracking about to have a breakdown. Clark says the way she looked at Don, she kept looking at him for reassurance.
Yes. All of these are great points.
Brandy said the fact that they never searched themselves got me, Brooks. And that's a really big one. Let me tell you why. If you look at the case of Gannon Staunch, one of the things mentioned by, I think it was Colorado Bureau of Investigation that put the arrest affidavit together. I could be wrong. It could be the locals. Anyway, one thing that they investigated was, did Letitia actually go search for Gannon? It was noted in there that through their investigation, they found out that she never looked for him. Now, obviously, they can't ask the trees, but they have a good idea through cell phone usage and everything. Did they really go out and look for her?
Right.
Did they really? That tells a lot.
Absolutely.
She was just gone.
Late July, Child Protective Services removed Summer's 3 older brothers from the Wells home. On October 30th, Don Wells was arrested for DUI and violation of probation charges.
I have lost control. I've done stupid things, and for that I apologize.
The day after that interview, the TBI said multiple search warrants had been executed and potential digital evidence was collected.
In her mind, she's being interrogated.
That's not interrogating you. We're trying to help you find your daughter.
On November 11th and 12th,
I loved when Dr. Phil said that. It was probably one of my favorite moments of the show when he said, "This is not an interrogation. We're trying to help your daughter."
Right. Okay, nope, it's always about her. It's always about her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tamara said, "For me, there was too many red flags in this interview to mention just one that caught me." Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
I think everyone's right.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, Summer's parents appeared on Dr. Phil. At the 1st of December, crews returned to Beach Creek again for a planned search. February 4th marked Summer's 6th birthday. A few days later, her father was jailed after pleading guilty for driving under the influence last year.
Is the family still cooperating? And you said obviously the Don's there, but like the mother and all the other facilities.
No, they're not cooperating right now. They have attorneys.
In March, search crew.
That was a boom moment. That was a boom moment for Ronnie Lawson. And he gets a lot of flack. He's not an investigator. He's the sheriff. Like in my town, I don't know what the sheriff does, to be quite honest. I really don't. I mean, he dresses up as Santa Claus, at Christmas time in the parade, and he's on TV, for stuff like this. But he's not the investigator. But for him to come out and say, no, they're not cooperating, that blew my mind. And you're right, Jakey. Trigger after trigger after trigger and nothing. No emotion.
Exactly. Bingo. Well said.
Crews hit the ground in Beach Creek again, and Summer's grandmother, Candace Hare, spoke on camera for the first time.
Mr. Lawson stated that Candace and the whole family is lawyered up. I can't speak for Donnie, and I know Candace hasn't because she's told me she has.
And there it is, folks, because if Candace says she doesn't have a lawyer, if Candace says she's cooperating, that's the truth, because altogether now, it's not in her metabolism to lie.
Yeah. Let's just believe what she says, because Candace told me she doesn't, and I believe her.
But she's shaking her head no as she's saying it. She knows Candace is a damn liar.
Good catch, Brooks. Good catch.
And I have not.
In April, the lead.
All right, watch her head real quick. If I can slow it down, I will. Watch her head. Watch the direction it goes.
The whole family is lawyered up. I can't speak for Donnie, and I know Candace hasn't because she's told me she hasn't. And I have not.
In April, the lead detective for the case said that they are no close.
She's sitting there shaking her head no as she's telling you yes.
Yep. Good catch. Good catch.
Tina said, Abraham Lincoln II. That's right. That is right. President's
That's a
Day
good
is
one.
now Candace Day.
Closer to finding answers than what they were on June the 15th.
We've gone through hours and hours and hours of interviews, of video footage, of electronic data, just trying to find a specific direction to go in towards. Nothing has narrowed that down. So everything, as the sheriff has said, is still on the table.
Along with no answers, also no arrest.
It's a case that has implications of the legal system and the law, but you couldn't classify it right now as there's no criminal charges been filed.
You can view all of our reports on the disappearance of Summer Wells, including more in-depth looks on the Search for Summer section of WJHL.com.
Oh, you bet we will, and we have many, many, many times. Let's discuss what the DA said, implications. Implications. What is he saying by implications?
Oh, I don't know, but it caught me where he kind of paused as to, it sounded like he was going to say, we don't have any information on pause, like where she's at, like finding a body. I don't know if you caught that part.
I think this is a DA that either wants, he does not want to make the decision, pull the trigger. So when he uses a word like implications, he wants that given to him, meaning he either wants a body or he wants a grand jury to say, go ahead.
Yes, I agree.
Melissa said it right there. He worries me. He does not look very confident in his job. I think, I mean, he's the DA. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. He's worried about that one shot and convincing all 12. He needs more. He needs more.
Yeah, he doesn't want, even if a grand jury says it's a go, well, then you've got the trial phase and you've got that one shot. And if they're acquitted, that's it.
You can't go back. Even if they confess and say, this is exactly how I did it, you're done. Nothing you can do.
Right. And then there's double jeopardy attached if they confess after that. So,
well, there's no such thing as double jeopardy here. You can't do it. So, I mean, basically, he's just sitting there going, between the social pressure, there's political pressure. He's like, I gotta have more. I've got to have more. Hang on. Margot said it perfectly. Implication implies guilt once they say go. The time clock starts. Exactly.
Yeah.
I love this community and love this chat. Love it.
I do too.
Once the clock starts, I mean, everybody has a right to a speedy trial. It's been 10 months, no arrest, tons of accusations, tons. I mean, Dawn has basically blamed everybody but the DA in that town.
Yeah. It's just, I see her picture and it kills me. It's just like we are talking about, because it is easy to get lost in the story as if you're watching a movie and forgetting that this is a beautiful little 5 or 6 year old little girl. And I just don't know how they can even sleep peacefully at night, because I sure as hell couldn't, or I'd have to have medication. And it just drives me up the wall how unemotional Candace is as a mother. It's just, it's so sad. It really is. It's really sad.
Well, I mean, imagine, when the boys are old enough to look all this up and they see how, Candace has been in our chat. She tried to come backstage one time. And I'm not saying anything about any creator that puts her on panel at all. Let her
Right.
talk.
Right.
But imagine the boys when they're older and they see their mother not advocating for them. She's drunk.
Mm-hmm.
She's drunk. Beckby, thank you. She's not doing what she needs to do to get them back. No.
No, no, it's sad. And
And
that would,
they love their sister. They love their sister. And they see the actions of their parents, which is inaction.
and you know what else I thought about? I do wholeheartedly believe that Candace manipulated the boys into thinking that Summer went in them down them stairs or whatever, and that they never looked or paid attention. And I really think she made those boys feel like, whether intentionally or unintentionally, that it was their fault and that they felt bad because they didn't see where she went. And that breaks my heart because I know she did that.
I sure hope she didn't do that, but I to make it feel like it's their fault. But I certainly believe that she told them your sister went downstairs without them seeing.
Right. And then they felt like, like a brother would feel like, oh my God, why wasn't I there for her? And that
Yep.
makes me sad.
Protective big brother, exactly. Yeah, you're
Right.
exactly
Right.
She's not a mother. She is
No.
not a mother.
Nope.
She is not a mother. She has donated. That is all she has done. And 2 children in Wisconsin, 3 in Tennessee, 1 missing. And if she did give a child up for adoption, it's the only good thing she's ever done. Thank you, Lisa.
Right.
Thank you, Lisa. It's the only good thing she's ever done.
But the odds, look at the odds of that. Those are bad odds when you have
Those
that
are
many children.
terrible odds. Those are terrible. Those are insane odds. You've got 2 missing people in one family. You've got 5 children. My cat is sneezing. Do you mind over there?
Oh, that was your cat? Oh, that was cute.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was cute.
5 children being raised by the state. And like I said, 2 family members. 2 family
Mhm.
members. One's your daughter, one's your sister, missing without a trace. Make it make sense. Those are lottery odds, as someone once said.
Yeah. I don't believe in coincidences, so something, either Grandis knows how to hide, I hate saying this, a body, or they could be unrelated and it's just a crazy coincidence, but this is just the oddest thing to me. And if you even look back at Grandis's interview about Rose, there was no emotion there either.
Detached. You're
Yes.
right. I'm going to go through that not next week, the next week when I'm at home, because we're
Yeah.
going to do 2 interviews between Candace with WJHL and Grandis talking about Rose. You're going to see that apple did not fall far from the tree.
That's
It
a good
freaked me
idea.
out watching them back to back. Somebody
Yeah.
else will take it in the meantime, and that's okay because we do our own thing here.
Right. That's a
Well,
good
guys,
idea.
I hate to do this to you, but we are going to go get checked in and start our Easter weekend after I get settled and everything's set up. Later this afternoon, I'll announce it. So look at the members tab. We're going to do a members live.
Oh, well, if I'm not there, I told you, Brooks, I've still got some stuff to do, but I hope to be there because it's my favorite part of the end of the week and I need the laugh. So thank you for letting me be on.
Weekend send off. And again, our condolences go out to you, Shannon.
Oh, thank you so much.
She fought hard, and you are a wonderful daughter-in-law to her.
Yeah, and she was a best friend to me and taught me so much, and she will forever be missed. And I thank you all, and I hope everyone has an awesome weekend and an awesome Easter, as well as you and your husband. Y'all are awesome. Thank you so much.
You and your family, Shan. I'll talk to you in a minute.
All right. Thanks, love. Bye, everybody.
All right, guys. Like I said, I'm going to set up a members live. We'll do later today. It'll probably be like around 6 o'clock Eastern time. Normally I'm in Central time, but I'm in a different state right now. And so thanks for coming in. Sorry I haven't been on this week, but we've been kind of all over the place. So come join us in the members live later today. Again, I want to say happy birthday to Preschool Granny. I appreciate everything that you do for the channel. You're a great mod, you're a great friend, and you crack us up every day in Discord. And in the meantime, I'm going to send all of you guys off into your Easter weekend. Just letting you all know that you are the best chat. You are the best community on YouTube, hands down. We don't worry about what all the other people do, right? Because we know what we're here to do. We're here to be friends, support each other, and we agree to disagree. And we're friends at the end of the day, at the end of the show. I'll see you back in a few hours. If not, I am doing a live Monday morning. I think you're going to like it. So, happy Easter. Have a good Friday. And see you later. Bye-bye.